Hi guys, it's me, Samuel. I just wanted to share some updates about my music video and give you some life updates on what's going on in general. I have not released a whole lot of content recently onto my YouTube channel. The last thing that came out was the commentary on the BU music video. And that BU music video was the one about the chameleon that I released for Thanksgiving. I've had a lot of things get in the way of my projects. I've had enthusiasm, energy, excitement about my YouTube channel. A few of the blockades. One, I just moved. This is my new place. It is actually hopefully going to make it easier for me to keep making content. Another one is the computer, the main computer that I was making all of my projects on is kaput. Theoretically been kaput for the last several years, but I've been trying to make it work because I have a difficult time transferring into new media. I have another computer, the one that I'm using to stream this right now. I have new applications that I'm needing to use as well. I used to edit all of my videos in iMovie. It's easy, pretty much. It's very user-friendly for people such as myself. But pretty much, you got this layer here. If I wanted to put a cartoon in front of me or text in front of me or something like that, it's limited. It was time for me to learn something a little bit more advanced. As it was, I was hacking iMovie as much as I could to get it to do more stuff than it's technically built to do. It just ended up putting a lot of data onto my computer, even my new one, and causing it to run super slow. I don't know if you know this about iMovie. Even when you delete stuff on it, there are layers and layers and layers of trash that it keeps. Every action you take, as you get rid of those layers, there are old layers still behind. I have had to learn new software for video editing. When I release this, I'm going to edit that in the new software, which is DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve is free. It's not something that you have to pay to download onto your computer. It actually also saves a lot more. It doesn't take as much computer memory and knowledge. You can do a lot more with DaVinci. You can make more visible layers. Like you could have me right here, and then I could put another image of myself in front of myself, and I could put text, cartoons, and stuff in front of it. Given that my old computer has passed away, I have to get a new animation software. There was no way for me to move the old software, so I finally decided to look into a new version of that old software. I got it when I was 14. Many years ago. It's not something that you can re-download or get now, but it is something that I have been using for many years. And I'm kind of frustrated, not like it's my fault, but I am kind of frustrated with myself trying to learn it because it is taking a very long time for me to grasp. But the only way I can learn is by doing, messing around with it for a while and just seeing what does and doesn't work. I'm having to work with that. It's like if you have been working with one coach for a really long time and out of nowhere you just had to change coaches. The action to start the new program, like in the example, start a new coach, has been something I have really put off. I wanted to put it off until I absolutely had to, but that's rough because learning that new program without the old one to fall back on puts me completely out of my element almost. I've had to deal with things like it suddenly not opening on my computer, the new one, having to re-download it and start over my subscription, the whole learning curve. It's hard to sit down with something that doesn't look fun up front. I mean, it's really exciting, but it is a lot of learning. I have several projects I just want to jump into and go at the pace that I usually go at with Toon Boom. I have a really big project, not like a movie, not like a full-length movie, but it's a major project I've been working on with my sister-in-law, Kirsten. She and I have been doing a music video collaboration project. It was inspired by the Inktober prompts. Inktober challenges you to draw one ink drawing for every day of October. It's an exercise to help keep creative juices flowing. A year ago in the winter, we were like, what if we made a project that involved each of these prompts, but we did like a music video project where we wrote songs that had to include each of these words. A little bit like how Dr. Seuss wrote Green Eggs and Ham, where he just had a long list of rhymes. This was 31 prompts. I had to work them into 4 songs. We wanted a theme though. It wasn't enough just to have a bunch of random prompts. We wanted something to kind of drive it forward and be the hook. Since we were sliding from the Halloween season into the winter season, we decided to theme it around seasonal affective disorder, SAD or SAD, to have something that reflects on emotions that you're having in the season. And we both get affected by seasonal affective disorder. We both have a OCD. Deep forms of anxiety tend to surface as seasons change. What would be an interesting way that we could write 4 songs and make them about different elements of seasonal affective disorder? So we wrote one song that's just about the drowsiness that kind of overtakes you as it gets colder outside. That was the opener for the project. The second part was going to be about anxiety, an emotion that tells you, oh, things are a little bit off, things are a little bit wrong. I need to avoid this feeling and figure out how to suppress it. But as you suppress it, there's something always underneath the surface, like a fire under a pot, and you're like, some point this is going to affect me. That's what the second song was about, was anxiety. The third song was about depression. I had done about 2/4 already of the prompts for the first 2 songs. Kirsten wrote all the words for the first song, and I wrote all the words for the second and third song. So by the time I got to the third song, I had probably done about half. Yeah, I said 2/4. That's kind of weird. Half of the prompts pretty much. So I had a few to squeeze into this song and kind of make into a theme, which came out pretty good. I went ahead and did the music, and I sent the music to Kirsten, and she broke it up and made it a lot more interesting with her music software and her musical expertise. And it made these songs so much more of what I wanted them to be, and a lot more than I expected they could be. I went back and listened to these songs and like, wow, I did not feel like I wrote these, but I did. We called the project, this 4-part video series, Sleepy Hollow Days. We went through a lot of other ideas like Dreamland. That was the running theme, going into just a dreamy state. We thought about calling it SAD or SAD, which is what it's about. We went through a lot of names, and I thought of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. What if we had something about the hollow feelings we have in the winter, the emptiness, something you only experience in the cold seasons? So it's Sleepy Hollow Days. For us, the name stuck. The series is coming to a close. It is final. I am limiting it to 4 songs. I've thought it would be fun to do something a little extra, like a bonus track, using more of the leftover creative ideas we have. But as far as the real series goes, it is just 4 songs. This 4th song that I'm working on, I'm using a different program than I used to animate the previous songs. And in the time that I have been off learning the new one, Kirsten has taken the last song that I wrote, and she has made, I think, the most amazing piece of work between the two of us. It may be my favorite song that either of us have done. So I feel like this deserves time. I wanted it to come out on the first day of spring, but I've had the holdup of the new animation software that I'm slowly learning. And I moved into my new place. My internet wasn't working for a while. I've been doing kind of a monthly newsletter in a newspaper form, and it has updates on the life of my cartoon business, Samuel Claus Greeting Cards. The main stuff you want to know about just what's going on in my life. I have been facing delays, and so things aren't quite certain. There are planned dates for when my projects come out. The new podcast, Philosophical, I scheduled for the first Monday of March. Thankfully, I did release that one on time. The second episode I faced storage issues on my computer, probably because I've been using iMovie for a while. It was having trouble producing the second episode. I was just thinking, oh my gosh, I'm about a week and a half away from when I wanted to release the music video, and I feel like I haven't done anything. Like, the main thing that quieted me down and helped me sit back and just think about this project in a slow way was the way in which it was made. The song is slow. It takes its time. It's beautiful. I just wrote the words. The music is colorful. It sounds like a pastel dark blue sky with different colored stars in it. It goes from that to the sound of flowers opening and a sun rising. It is about coming from the sleepy hollow days into the spring. Feeling rushed, I felt like I had to throw together a video for this to make it come out as soon as spring starts. If this could be the best video we make, I do not want to rush it. I want to let it be good. I won't spend the rest of my life on it. It will come out this spring. The original day that I had scheduled for it was the third Thursday, and instead, I am going to see when in the spring it comes out. That's the main part of the update that I wanted to tell you. Sleepy Hollow Days is on its way. I promise it will be rewarding. Thank you for watching me talk, and thank you for being on Moser Meadows Records, my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to Moser Meadows Records, you can go there now, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell button so that you know when new videos come out. If you get the chance, go back and watch the first part of the Sleepy Hollow Days collection. Let's see, playlists, cartoon music videos. Okay, they're all on Moser Meadows Records YouTube channel. If you go through the music video playlist, get past Killed by a Clock, and then right then you are in the Sleepy Hollow Days videos. The Sleepy Hollow Days videos are listed in order: Canto 1, Canto 2, and Canto 3. Canto 1 is Dreamland, Canto 2, Anxious, followed by Canto 3. Ooh, how'd I get balloons all of a sudden? I don't know how that happened, but I'm glad that it happened. Canto 3, Ashes, the one on depression, and then We Will Wait. And maybe by the time you've watched all three of those, the final one will be out. So just stay tuned. You can always come out and see me every first Friday of the month downtown by the tavern, doing caricatures and handing out newspapers. Say hi to me, comment on one of these videos, or just ask questions if you want updates, and I will keep putting those updates out for you to see. Thank you guys for joining me today, and I will see you next time.